Hello everybody, it's Marialda here once again, and welcome back to a nice small 80 size Ami box. Yes, we have yet another figure to unbox today. And yeah, it's not an Android, but it's kind of maybe a prize-ish figure, so yeah, it was cheapy. But yeah, it's a nice small box, which is unusual for me. I did notice it kind of got squished on the corner, so yay. The funny thing is, I had this shipped via air small packet, which is like 2 to 3 weeks or so, and I shipped Greenheart via EMS, which is like 3 days to a week or a week and a half. They shipped on the same day, and this one only got here a day after Greenheart. So yay. But you probably know who it is because there is a title and a description and a thumbnail. So let's get her open and see how badly USPS damaged the box. My guess is probably not at all. Go ahead and pop it open. Man, I'm getting a lot of this Sunico Ami thank you card. So yes, we have yet another one of those. Tilt it down and we see the Ami paper. More paper, and there she is. So yes, it is yet another Kurumi figure. Tokisaki Kurumi. There we go. Put that off to the side. Tilt the camera up. So when this one was announced, I was very interested in her, but then I just waited, and then she went out of stock for a long time. And then a little bit before she was set to release, she came back into stock, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to order her. I'm going to combine her with another cheap figure. It's going to make sense with shipping and everything. And then delays. So I'm like, the next month, I'm like, okay, I'll combine it with another cheap figure that I'm getting. And then delays. So she finally wound up just shipping by herself and got here. So yes, this is Tokisaki Kurumi. This one is supposedly from Data Live 4, but any Data Live is where she's from. She is a 1/7 scale figure manufactured by elCOCO. She was released on February 21st of 2025. I ordered her on February 5th of 2025. I paid on March 25th. She shipped out on the 28th and got here today on the 4th of April. And for this Kurumi, I paid 3,520 yen, or $24.56. And then I also paid 2,550 yen, or $17.79 for the air small packet. I could have shipped her DHL for 4,124 yen, or EMS for 4,460 yen. Both of which was more than the figure, so I'm like, no. But anyways, there is, I'm assuming... Actually, this looks like the back of her box, but we got a nice full body shot of her. There's the side with a kind of side angle. I guess this is the front. Full body shot again. And the other side. There's the top and the bottom. So I have seen some pictures, and quality-wise, she's kind of meh, but we shall see. It could have just been bad pictures, could have been representative pictures. So she's got 3 pieces of tape, and it seems like the toughest tape known to man. Either that or just hit a dull spot on the knife. Go ahead. Come on, jeez. There we go. Okay, so it's got a cardboard-ish box inside, very reminiscent of prize figures. She is wrapped in bubble wrap. And yeah. So we'll go ahead and set this off to the side. Like I said, yes, definitely very reminiscent of prize figure. So we'll go ahead and pull out her base. It's actually a pretty hefty, sturdy feeling base. It is a hexagon. On the back it says Made in China, copyright 2021 TTKDAL4P. But yeah, I mean, look at that edge, it's thick. And she's got 2 peg holes. It's kind of a smoky purplish color. And yay. Very reminiscent of certain pop-up parades. So now we'll go ahead and untape the bubble wrap and pull her out. And there we go. Let's set her down. Tilt the camera moment and put the bubble wrap off to the side and take off my glasses, and now we shall look. So there is her face. This is like her non-spirit forms, kind of like her normal schoolgirl form. So she is hiding her clock eye with her hair and showing off her red eye. But if we look, we do see her golden clock. I have noticed already there is a mold line right there on her armpit. The hair actually looks pretty decent. Well, it's got shading painted on it, and the top isn't too terribly messy, but I do see a lot of joint lines. The tips are pretty stabby. Spin around to the back, and you can see her poofy twin tails. She has yellow-orangish scrunchies holding her side locks. She is smiling with a nice happy girl open mouth smile with no teeth. She does have armbands on both arms. Her hands, looks like all the fingers are sculpted individually, and there are sculpted fingernails and some shading. And there's also some scuffs, I'm assuming because she is just packed in bubble wrap inside of a cardboard box. She is wearing kind of a sailor bikini. So you got the tie, the bow tie, you got the collar and the flap, you got the ruffles, and you got the side boob, and you got some cleavage peeking if you look at her from the very top. And that actually doesn't look to be welded cleavage. She does have some clavicles showing on her chin, or below her chin, I should say. Speaking of chin, pointy chin. Looking at from the bottom, we see that her body is pretty solid and the outfit is solid. It does look like there is maybe some shading on the outfit as well. Paint seems pretty clean, at least on the top so far. She does have some nice sculpted belly regions. So you got the belly line, you got the belly button, you got some abs, you got some hip bone showing. She's got the high tie bikinis, or whatever they are. On the back we got a spine line and the booty crack and small of her back. There is a paint scuff on her hip, probably from her hair wobbling around. If we look under the flap, there are some shoulder blades, it looks like, and spine line up in there. She does have bikini bottoms. They are pretty tight and digging into her crack a bit. From the back, especially under the bright shiny lights, we do see the mold lines from the mold. So, boo to that. And same on the front. Don't know if it'll show up on camera, but there is a mold line running right down her leg. Her feet, we got toes. They are painted toes. They are all together. There's nice red ribbons and bows. You got the sandals with actually no tread, but you can see where the straps attach on the bottom. This one you can't because there is the pegs. It's got good sculpt on like the ankles and the legs and everything. So yeah, and reasonable 1/7 scale size. So again, this is a $24 figure. So for that, I think the quality is acceptable. And like I said, well, I may not have said it in this video, but I've said it before. Once I turn off the bright lights and I put her at arm's length and put her on a shelf, these flaws are not going to be really visible. Just going to look at some more details. So the paint on the skirt is pretty clean, especially those two lines. She does have a clear shawl hanging off of her hips, again with a nice clean line. The straps, there is a little bit of sloppiness, and if we look on the back there, you might be able to see it if it focuses. little bit of extra glue. So yeah, $24 figure. Can't expect super ultra perfection. So we'll go ahead and plug her into the base. Get her lined up properly. Pegs in nice and easy. There she is on the turntable. And actually I'm going to bring her back and do a little shake test. So she wobbles side to side, but not very much front to back, which makes sense since she is standing on one foot and the pegs are in line with the way she is stable. So let's go ahead and do a nice little spin of this Kurumi. And normally when I get a Kurumi, she's in her, spirit form, astral dress, stuff like that. So I don't really have any of her in her like schoolgirl phase. Yep. Seriously, Mom, being a goth is it's not just a phase, it's how I am. But yeah, for $24, I am pleased with the quality. The paint, like I said, looks good. The sculpt is very good. You got the little flaws, of course, which we've pointed out, but not horrible. And already I'm like all the lines on her legs are fading into oblivion. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a close-up zoom of her face and spins and stuff like that. Come on. Shaky cam. Don't you love it? Okay, so there is her face. Again, she's hiding her clock eye, which is to be expected. But it is there. I just cannot for the life of me get it properly lined up to spin in frame. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and tilt down to her bust region. Spin that. And I've always said this, Kurumi, she is surprisingly busty. Like, you look at her and it doesn't look that obvious, like they don't look that big, but then you look more and you realize, yes, she is a very busty girl. Go ahead and tilt down to her waist/hip region. And I do like the sculpt at the top of this skirt where her small of her back and her booty crack meet. Very well done. Now we shall adjust the camera again to get a low shot. And we'll zoom out a bit and spin her legs. There we go. And for being standing on one foot like this, she is actually pretty stable. Time will tell if they've used proper materials to keep her from leaning. I'm not really worried about it. She's got nice booty cheeks too. So yes, this is yet another Kurumi. Hey, I like her. I like her design and everything. Sunako is a very good artist, even though I don't think this is I think this is her redesign, so it's not by Sunako, but it is what it is. But anyways, this is Tokisaki Kurumi. Yes, another Kurumi. Now that your groans are out of the way, she is from Date Alive 4, all of the Date Alives. She's a 1/7 scale prize figure by elCOCO. This Kurumi released on February 21st of 2025. And I pre-ordered her at AmiAmi, and I paid 3,520 yen, or $24.56. So yay. I hope you enjoyed. I think she's cute, and I'm happy with her. See you soon. Bye-bye.